Greetings, Geechlings. Geechin Prime here with my review of One Piece Chapter 877. What was it? What was the time? I'm Not That Sweet. Which, yeah, Perospero is not that sweet. And he also said that the island is not that sweet. What does that mean? In general, like they're pirates, they're evil, I don't know. A lot of interpretations, I'm sure. Anyway, we start off with the, and there was a few little bits and pieces here and there that I missed during my live reaction, but that's okay. That's what reviews are for, right? More in-depth look kind of thing. So, yeah, we find Sai, and he had a fiance back home. I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name. It was like Yoholisha or something. Yeah. She's like, dear, about the date of our wedding. And he's like, yeah, I have something important to tell you. I found someone else. Bye. That's about all you could imagine from coming from that. So, and I saw, like, I think it was Roger's base. He was talking about, is there going to be a fight between the two girls now? And so that could be interesting. Just gotta. Also, we find out neither Chopper or Brook actually broke the mirror in Nami's bedroom, or was it bathroom? Yeah, it was bedroom. So they just keep filing in, and like they were commended for what they were able to do. You know, they had thinned it a little bit, but it obviously is not enough. I mean, 10,000 against 2? That's ridiculous. But, we find out that both Chopper and Brook are being turned into Candymen, or, for Brook's case, Candy Skull. Ha ha ha. Day of the Dead jokes for you. Which, boy, that has to be like a fate worse than death for Chopper, who likes kind of sweet things and whatnot. So yeah, to be turned into what you desire like that is just But yeah, it's like, what did you expect? You weren't going to get the ship back from us. The strength difference was just too great. Perospero, I have to say, really stepped up in terms of like villainy. He was just kind of like a support villain doing little things here and there, but this one really showed off what he's capable of. He showed him on a new level of creepy with licking the candy men that he makes, and then how he, like, does other stuff which I'll get to later, and it's just bravo. But yeah, he's going to turn them into the Candymen. They're going to writhe in agony, and it's all going to happen within 3 minutes. And he even put a little timer on Chopper's head, which I thought was funny. But yeah, it's just the 3 of them, like on the front, or I don't know the parts of a ship, like the first deck on the Sunny. Everything, which, yeah, why aren't they surrounded again? And, he brought up about, it's like, you thought I was sweet, I was going to let you leave and everything, but nope, this is your fate. But yeah, he just considered them pushovers. And, they're crying, it's like, I didn't want to meet a sweet end. And then he talks about licking them, which, ugh. But then Katakuri notices something and is like, Brother Peros, we've got a problem. Yeah, Pero just kind of thinks it's Mama. Good. And the trees are just being flung everywhere. And they were just going to send her over to Chocolate Island and everything. And yeah, it's not going to work. Because, yeah, there's no cake on this, so he's done for, But Katakuri, either he's using his, like, future sight hockey to actually see what's about to happen, or he just kind of has like that, not a premonition, but he has like the instincts. And it's like wedding cake, and Paris is scared to death, and they're running through. They finally made it to the coast, the Straw Hats. I thought I had something coming there. But anyway, Katakuri figures out, oh, it was our forces that got wiped out by the lightning earlier. They see Brook and Chopper, and, by this point they're completely coated. Perosporo's like, you're still alive, Straw Hat? And, Katakuri's like, everyone get back into the mirror world. Because, things are going to go down. Which, I wasn't sure if he meant, just from the general fight or from Conqueror's Haki, which might be. I mean, Luffy and Big Mom both have it, but I almost thought that Katakuri had it. Because that's the way it kind of sounded like. So everyone's just running back to the mirror. And you have Pedro, and it's like I've gotten beaten to the punch by by Trouble and everything, and it just, yeah. Then Perospero does probably his coolest attack so far, the Candy Maiden. Carrot thought it was a wall, which he's done that, but not. You would think she would realize what it was. I mean, the spikes were kind of obvious. I mean, it's not small. But Luffy's like, screw it. Gum gum. Or gumu gumu. Yeah. Jinbei's like, go around it. And it's like, screw that, I'm going right through it. And it's Red Hawk, which just melts it to nothing. Which Jinbei seems shocked by that. I guess he doesn't remember or didn't see parts of the fight with Hody on Fishman Island, I guess. And obviously Perospero it's like, oh, fire. But then a big clash between our two stretchers. That's a stupid thing. Stretch powered people. Red Hawk versus, I guess, just a Mochi Fist. He doesn't really name his attacks. So that's setting up a fight, which means that this arc is definitely not coming to a close, at least for a few more chapters. And Carrot's like, that guy's got the same powers as Luffy. And they snap back, and Big Mom finally comes in. They're trapped on all sides now. Jinbei's like, Luffy, just get Katakuri off the ship. We'll manage to get it out to sea. It's like, he came through the mirror, right? Which I guess he planned on just knocking him into the mirror. I don't get it. Because, I mean, that would be real delicate, trying to get him into the ship and through the mirror without totally destroying the ship, right? I mean, he is using fire now with, Hawk, or Red Hawk, and he did a Gatling, and Katakuri's not really affected by that now, is he? Because he's, his whole body's just kind of the holes are there, but he'll just fix that. He's already done that kind of stuff. And then this is kind of when it takes a bit of a darker tone, because you're like, what's going on here? Pedro tells Carrot to, not to take you by surprise, but he's been thinking that the Straw Hats and Luffy might be what the Minks and the Kozuki clan have been waiting for hundreds of years. So I assume since the Void Century. And that they will lead the world to a new dawn. Which is kind of interesting, because wasn't the very first chapter of this series called, Romance Dawn? I just thought about that. So he brings that up, which will lead into something in a minute. But we get, Perospero contacts Mont d'Or, which then more ships will start showing up. Jinbei had his little coupe de whatchamacallit. Nami explains that it'll fly them a good distance away because Big Mom wouldn't ever let them sail away. It'd be too slow. And she's right there. She's probably within, I'd say, 30 feet or so away. Maybe 50 feet. But yeah, then Pedro's like, just help them out. He was trying to get her away. And Big Mom's obviously like, I found you, wedding cake. And Jinbei's not quite sure how to help our two candy bros. But he can't let them die, obviously. But that's when he makes notice that the Candy Island and the Nut Island's tart ships have arrived. So now there's a fleet of cannon armed ships at the coast. So yeah, not good. And Amande is a minister, which I guess that confirms that she is a Charlotte sibling. And which is interesting. And then there's the little panel of Nami with the carrying the barrels, which she's a lot stronger than I would have ever thought her to be. Yeah, Luffy and Katakuri still having their fight. And this is when it's brought up, the ship kind of starts tilting and you find out it's Perospero encasing it in candy so it can't move. And Carrot's informing Nami of it. And Perospero's like, candy web, I'm a perfectionist. Carrot wasn't happy about that. And, but yeah, they couldn't use the coupe de burst anymore. And they're like, I couldn't quite tell. I think it's Carrot that demanded that he turn Chopper and Brook back to normal. And Big Mom's raring up for an attack, which I'm starting to wonder if they make it out from what's about to happen, and Big Mom actually swings her sword and does Strong Nation or something, would it wipe out her own people? But yeah, so they've got cannons at sea. Pedro rushes in. He's got a plan. We find out that Perospero has a 700 million bounty on his head, which, bravo for him. Wasn't expecting that to be revealed. Kind of random, isn't it? But he's and Pedro's I'll put us into your magic. And he had bombs. And then Carrot starts remembering things that he said in the beginning of, or near the beginning of the arc, or at least earlier in the arc. I can't remember exactly when it happened. That it was going to be his last voyage. And he pulls out some bombs, and everyone's like, what? He lights the fuse, and yeah, big explosion. Which then actually dislodges the ship, so maybe Coupe de Burst next week. Or not next week, next chapter. It's on break next week. But there's a little note that says a sacrifice for the future, and everyone's screaming Pedro, and which then brings up some more speculative things from the chapter. Is that okay? Oda doesn't typically kill people. I mean, Pell didn't die from a point-blank, town destruction or destructive bomb. So Pedro, from about 8 sticks of dynamite, point-blank, yeah, I don't know if he'll die, but if he does die, there is a way around this. Should the plans go relatively without a hitch, you have Sanji, Pudding, and Chiffon coming in with the cake. It pacifies Big Mom. She reverts back to normal state, where she has more reason. And maybe Pudding does something with the brain. Who knows? That could be something entirely else. But she's more reasonable. And it's oh, the Straw Hats aren't as bad. And then eventually someone finds Pedro's body. And then Big Mom's like, I'll let you go, and also I'll give that guy his life back. You know, kind of thing. Or maybe they could manipulate her into doing that. I don't know. And it's like, we know it can't bring back dead people, but can it? What if it's your own lifespan? Can it bring you back from the dead? It's not been disproven. I mean, you know, loopholes exist in these devil fruits all the time. So that could be a devil fruit loophole. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. I still give it a 4 for its overall score and everything. It was a good chapter. Doubt Pedro's dead, but I just gave you a reason if he does, or if he's like on the very like end of his rope, which kind of seems to be the case. Because it's like it was 10 years ago he got 50 years taken off, so yeah. How old could he be? I don't even know how old he is now. So yeah, he was probably already reaching the end of it. So this could be the way of how he lives on. Who knows? But anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Keishlings, roll out.